We have already reached the 4th week of Overwatch Champions Series Korea. It feels like the season just began, and we're already at the end of the qualifiers. Team Falcons and OWCS have already punched their tickets to the seeding stage, and this weekend we will learn which two teams will be joining them, and which will have to fight it out in last chance qualifiers. Welcome to Tank Talk, where today we will review my predictions from Week 3, discuss the power rankings of the teams, and go over my predictions for Week 4 of the OWCS Korea region. This past week went mostly as expected. FTG proved to be very impressive, not dropping a single map in their match against Runaway while taking 2 off of Team Falcons. The biggest upset of the week was Genesis losing 3-0 to Sinpresa Gaming, but at this point, this was more disappointing than surprising. There are a few changes happening to the top of the team rankings. WAC is swapping places with Team Falcons and taking the number 1 position. I've been suspecting for some time that WAC is the stronger team, and this week only made me more confident. These two teams will finally face each other this weekend, so we will get confirmation one way or the other. Another change is that From the Gamer is joining them as a top tier team. The mid-tier teams are staying the same, with Runaway, Yeti, and Pokerface in 4th, 5th, and 6th place. After losing to SPG 3-0, Genesis will move below them and join the bottom tier teams. Their only saving grace is that they were able to defeat Vesta Crew, saving them from being the number 9 team. Before I go into my predictions, I wanted to quickly go over what all the matches so far have been building up towards. The top 4 teams will be advancing straight to the seeding stage, while the next 4 will have to battle their way there through last chance qualifiers. The bottom ranked team after this week will be saying goodbye as they are removed from the tournament. 2 teams will emerge victorious from the last chance qualifiers for a chance to face off against the other 4 in the playoffs. The top 3 teams from playoffs will then advance and battle for the title of OWCS Asia Champion. The first match of the weekend is between Yeti and Genesis. It's too late for Genesis to be able to avoid last chance qualifiers, but Yeti still has a slim chance to go straight to the seeding stage if at least one of the other teams ahead of them loses their matches. The odds of Yeti advancing directly to the seeding stage are low, but they're going to do everything in their power to make it happen. In addition to this, Genesis is almost certainly facing some morale issues following last week's loss, and will not be bringing their best performance. For these reasons, Yeti will win 3-0. The next match is between Runaway and WAC. Runaway did a lot of experimentation with different heroes and compositions last week, but were unable to find any success. The most recent patch moving the meta away from Mauga may allow them to play compositions they're more comfortable on, but this is yet to be seen. WAC, on the other hand, looked very confident in their performance this past weekend, and they've shown that they can perform very well on any composition. WAC will win this match 3-0. Finishing day 1 is a match between Vesta Crew and Sinpresa Gaming. Before last weekend, this would have been a showdown between the bottom 2 teams, but SPG has shown some impressive performances throughout the qualifiers. Vesta Crew, on the other hand, is still struggling with the same issues which plagued them right from the very start. Despite Dart and Minute looking pretty good on Vesta Crew, the team as a whole is just not where they need to be competitive. Sinpresa Gaming will win this 3-0. Starting off day 2 will be Genesis versus From the Gamer. FTG played some of the strongest teams last weekend and showed that they have what it takes to hang with the title contenders. Genesis, on the other hand, just has too many problems to overcome. This is the final qualifier match for Genesis and their last chance to pull out any strategies that they may have been holding on to. Unfortunately for Genesis, they have shown they simply don't have what it takes to compete with better teams, and FTG will win 3-0. The second match is perhaps the most anticipated of the entire stage, when WAC faces off against Team Falcons. These were predicted to be the strongest teams coming into the tournament, and they haven't disappointed. Both teams have yet to lose a match, although only one team will be retaining this accomplishment. Without knowing exactly what the meta will be following the most recent patch, it's hard to predict what team will have the advantage. This match could really go either way, and I just hope that it goes the full distance and is as exciting and entertaining as everyone hopes. Based on the performances we've seen, WAC will win in a close 3-2 match. The last match of the day will be between Pokerface and Runaway. Pokerface has been very impressive since the tournament began, and exceeded many people's expectations, including mine. Proud in particular has proven himself to be a true star player. Runaway as a team just possesses more skill, however, and with the meta moving away from Mauga, hopefully they can move Prophet off of Sombra and maybe even back onto his signature hit scan. Runaway will defeat Pokerface 3-1. Starting off the final day of qualifiers will be a match between Team Falcons and Sinpresa Gaming. SPG achieved an impressive upset win last weekend, but this match will be too much for them. Team Falcons is made up of some of the greatest players in the world, and if they lose their previous match, then they will be coming into this one hungry to win. Team Falcons will win this in a relatively easy 3-0 sweep. The penultimate qualifying match will be between From the Gamer and Pokerface. Bernard is looking like one of the best tank players in the region, Alpha Yi is the same dominant force he's always been, and Flora has been consistently playing at a very high level. While Pokerface quickly became a fan favorite team, this match will be too much for them, and FTG will win 3-0. The final match will be a showdown between Vestacrew and Yeti. Vestacrew achieved a very impressive feat just by qualifying for the tournament, but the competition they have faced so far is simply too strong. Vestacrew will end the stage with an 0-8 record, and we will be saying goodbye to them after Yeti wins 3-0. And those are all of my predictions for Week 4 of OWCS Korea. After these matches, we will know which teams are advancing to the seeding stage, and which will have to battle their way through open qualifiers. This stage has gone by so quickly, and it feels crazy that teams are already being eliminated. How do you think these matches are going to go, and which are you most excited to watch? This was Tank Talk, and thank you for watching.